This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to share with you the new Power of 3 roulette system from one of my subscribers, Thomas. He said you'll be winning money consistently at the casino if you try this system of his, and I cannot wait to share it with you. We're going to put his system today up against Fibonacci 12 in a head-to-head matchup. Let's see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes, and we'll start with Fibonacci 12 first. Here we go, and let's place the bets. We're looking at the last numbers, and we have a 31 black, a 19 red. The one that's been the longest since it's hit would be first 12. So let's go ahead and spin there, and the timer's set for 15 minutes. And here we go with Fibonacci 12 first. And that's not a good start with a double zero, but that's okay. So with this system, the second bet's also going to be $10. So it starts at 10, second bet will be 10, and that's a 5 red, that's a win. Okay, so we're up 10. Now we find a new bet. The one that's been the longest to hit now would be second 12 for 10. Let's go ahead and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's a 7 red. And that's a loss. So again, our second bet will be 10 also. And even though we're using $10 units and a $2,000 bankroll today, you can also use dollar units and a $200 bankroll with this system. So remember that as we're going through here. Anyone can play this. We're going to go from 10 to 20 now. So we started at 10, then we went to 10 again, now 20. And that's a 17 black. And that's a win. And you can see now we're up 30. And we're going to find a new bet. The one that's been longest now would be first 12. So we'll start with $10 on first 12 now. We're a minute 10 in out of 15. And that's a 0. So that's definitely a loss. So now we're going to place our second $10 bet on first 12. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. All right, here we go. It's a 36 red. That's a loss. So now we're going to have a $20 bet on first 12. So we've gone 10, 10, 20 so far. And then I'll share with you what to do next. That is a 10 black. And that's a win. Fantastic. So we're up 50 already. And we'll be on second 12 for 10 now. That's the one that's been the longest since it's hit. And when we had the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge, this system went really, really far. So I can't wait to share this with you today. We'll be on our second 10 now on second 12. But you're going to absolutely love the new Power of 3 roulette system. So stick around for that as well. And I'm going to show you everything you need to know with both these systems. Okay, so we're going to go to 20 now on second 12. Let's see if we can get a win. And that's a loss. That's a 12 red. So now we're going to add up the 20 plus the previous bet of 10, and we're going to have a $30 bet on second 12. Again, this is a $2,000 bankroll for $10 units, but you can play this with a $200 bankroll and dollar units. So remember that. Now we're going to add up 30 plus 20, the two previous bets. Now we're going to have a $50 bet on second 12. And you can really make a lot of money with this system. And there's a win right there with 20 black. And it really rewards you as you go up in the progression. You can see now we're already up $80. And let's go first 12 for 10. The last two are second and third. So let's go ahead and spin here and let's see what we get. That's a 22 black. Okay, and that's a loss. So we're going to place our second $10 bet on first 12 here. All right, let's see what we get on this one. There's another 0. That's a double 0 actually. So now we'll place our $20 bet down there. So 10, 10, 20. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds in out of 15. That's a 13 black. That's another loss. So now we add up 20 plus 10, and we have a $30 bet on first 12. It's real easy to keep track of the bets. All you do is add up the two previous. And here we go. That is a 1 red. And that's a win. So we're already up $100 with this system. And now we'll be on third 12 for 10. Let's go ahead and spin. And let's see what we get here. And that's a 7 red, so that's a loss. So we will be placing another $10 bet on third 12. So it goes 10, 10, 20. And then after that, you add up the two previous bets. And that's a 12 red. Okay, that's a loss there. So we'll go to 20 on third 12. We're 4 minutes and 15 seconds in. There's a win with 30 red. I like that. Okay, so we're up $120 now. We'll be on second 12. which is the longest since it is hit. And here we go again. That's a 32 red. That's a loss. We'll place our second $10 bet on second 12 now. And here we go. And by making sure that the two previous bets did not hit on the number that you've selected, and we'll go to 20 here. That also extends the progression with this one. And here we go. That's a 15 black, and that's a win. So now we're already up $140. We'll be on third 12 now for 10. And here we go. That is a 16 red. And that's a loss. We'll place our second $10 bet on third 12 now. We're 5 minutes and 16 seconds in out of 15 with Fibonacci 12. That's a 17 black, and that's another loss. So now we'll place our $20 bet on third 12. 10, 10, 20, and then add up the two previous bets. And let's see, that's a 12 red. That's a loss. So now we'll add the two previous 20 and 10 together for a $30 bet on third 12. And here we go. That is a 6 black. Okay, so now we'll add 30 plus 20 for 50 on third 12. And here we go again. And you can, like I said, you can really make a lot of profit quickly with this system. And you can already see that. And we're going to add 50 plus 30 now. And once you get the hang of this, it's really easy to come up with the next bet by adding up the two previous bets. And let's see what we get. That's a 1 red. That's a loss. Okay, so now we'll add 80 plus 50. And that will give us $130. On third 12, let's see if we can see a high number. And let's see which one is hit last on third 12. And we got it right there. That's a 32 red. And before that, you can see there's not a single third 12 on that entire left-hand side of previous numbers hit. Now, all of a sudden, we're up $200 because Fibonacci 12 rewards you when you go higher in the progression. And we'll be on second 12 for 10. And the cool thing now is the last second 12 to hit was 17 way down the line there. So that really extends the progression. And let's see if we can get a win. I think we were due for a second 12 if you ever are doing roulette. And that's a win. So we're up 220 now. And we'll be on first 12. And now that's the longest one to hit. And we're 7 minutes and 10 seconds in out of 15. That's a 21 red. And that's a loss. So we'll place our second $10 bet on first 12 with Fibonacci 12. Here we go. And that's a 15 black. Okay, now we'll have a $20 bet on first 12. There we go. That's a win. That's a 2 black. So now all of a sudden, if you look, we're up $240. We'll be on third 12 now. Here we go again. And again, this is a really good system. Can make you a lot of profit in a short amount of time. And again, took out a lot of systems in the bracket challenge that we did. And we'll place our second $10 bet on third 12 now. We're 8 minutes in out of 15 with Fibonacci 12. But remember, the power of 3 is coming up, and it looks fantastic. So can't wait to share that with you. We're already up $250 now. The profits just keep adding up, and we'll be on second 12 for 10 now. That's a 14 red. That's a win. I like that. We're up $270 now, and we'll be on first 12. And then we're leaving out the last two that have hit. And that's a 32 red. That's a loss. So we'll place our second $10 bet on first 12. And again, this is a $2,000 bankroll for $10 units, but you can also play with $200 bankroll and dollar units. Make sure you choose the one that fits your budget and lifestyle. Don't gamble with money that you can't afford to lose. Now we'll place a $20 bet on first 12, and we'll see where the last first 12 has hit. And that's definitely a low number, but not the one we wanted for sure. And we'll add 20 plus 10 now. We'll have a $30 bet on first 12. And it looks like the 1 red down there is the last one that is hit. Let's see if we can get a low number here. Here we go. Again, that's very low numbers, but that's not the low number we're looking for. So we'll add 30 plus 20 now, 450 on first 12. And that's never a good sign when you have back-to-back zeros or double zeros. And there's another loss with 35 black. So now we'll add 50 plus 30, and we'll have an $80 bet on first 12. And here we go again. Let's see if we can get a low number that's not 0. And we did not. That's another loss with 24 black. So we'll add 80 plus 50, the last 2 bets. Now we have a 130 bet on first 12. Come on, let's see a low number. There we go. We finally got it. And it rewards you when you go higher in the progression. So you can see now we're up $330, which is fantastic. We'll be on third 12 for 10 now, the one that's been longest to hit. We're 10 minutes and 10 seconds in out of 15. That's a 17 black. That's a loss, so we'll place our second $10 bet on third 12. Again, we start 10, 10, 20, and then we just add up the 2 previous bets to make your next bet. Once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. And let's go to 20 now on third 12. 10.5 minutes in. And that's a 20 black. That's another loss, so we'll add 20 plus 10. And we'll have a $30 bet on third 12 now. And there we go. There's a win. And there's a reason that I picked Fibonacci 12 to go up against the power of 3. You're going to find out here in a little bit, and I think you're going to love both these systems. We're up $350 now. We'll be on first 12 for 10. And here we go. That's a loss, 32 red. So we place our second $10 bet on first 12. Here we go. It's a 34 red. Okay, so now we'll have a $20 bet on first 12. Then we'll check and see when the last low number hit. And we don't need to now because we just hit. All right, it was the 6th, though, down there at the bottom. We're up 370 now, and we'll be on a second 12 for 10. 11 minutes, 35 seconds in out of 15. That's a 5 red. That's a loss, so we'll place our second $10 bet on second 12, and let's see if we can get a second 12 number here. We did not. That's a low number, so we will have a $20 bet now on second 12. And even in this situation, we're adding up the 2 previous numbers, 10 plus 10, the 2 previous bets. That's a 35 black. But now we'll add 20 plus 10, the last 2. And we'll have a $30 bet on second 12. Then we'll check and see when the last second 12 hit. It's 11 black. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll add 30 plus 20. We're going to have a $50 bet. And the last second 12 to hit was that 20 all the way down at the bottom down there. So let's go ahead and place this $50 bet on second 12 now. And we lost. That's a 34 red. We'll add 50 plus 30. We'll have an $80 bet on second 12. And this is why you need a large bankroll, and like we have with this one. And because there's another loss, that's a 10 black. So we'll add 80 plus 50 now for a 130 bet. We're still up 170 after all these losses, but if we get the win, we'll recover everything that we've lost and add profit. That is a 13 black, and look at that. $260 win. Now we're at $430. Wow, that is incredible. And let's go third 12 now that hasn't hit in a while. The 2 previous were first and second 12. So here we go. That's a 21 red, and that's a loss. So we'll place our second $10 bet on third 12. Doing fantastic with Fibonacci 12, and look forward to doing just as good, I hope, with Power of 3 coming up here. And now we'll place our $20 bet on third 12. And 13 minutes, 40 seconds in. And there we go. That's a 29 black. I like it. Fantastic. We're up $450. And we'll be on second 12 for $10. Here we go. That's a double zero. We don't want that. Okay, so we'll place another $10 bet on second 12. Here we go. Okay, that's 11 black. So now we'll add 10 plus 10. We'll have a $20 bet on second 12. Then we'll see when the last second 12 hit and check that out. There's another loss with 31 black. So we'll add the 20 plus the 10. we'll have a $30 bet on second 12. And it looks like the last second 12 to hit was that 13 black down there, 2 from the bottom. Here we go. So a $30 total bet, 14.5 minutes in out of 15. That's a 9 red. That's a loss, so we'll add 30 plus 20. We'll have a $50 bet on second 12 now. Okay, we lost that. That's a 9 red. So now we'll add 50 plus 30, and we'll have an $80 bet on second 12. Here we go. Okay, and we got it, and time just expired as that hit. So we're up $490 in 15 minutes with Fibonacci 12. That was fantastic. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think and test it out on your simulators. You can use Roulette Royale or whatever you want to. Again, that's on Apple or Android if you want to use that simulator, but test it out and let everyone in the community know how you did in the comments. That really helps everyone in the community out. But now it is time for the roulette system of the day. This is the Power of 3 roulette system. I cannot wait to share this with you. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, the time is finally here for the new Power of 3 roulette system from Thomas. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to make money with this in the casino, and let's start by placing the bets. The first thing you need to know is we need a first or second or third 12 bet that has not hit in the last 3. So let's go ahead and check that first, and let's start with a $10 bet. And in the last 3, we definitely don't have a third 12. So let's start there. Let's start the timer for 15 minutes, and I'm going to share with you why it's called Power of 3 and how this can work to your advantage. But that is a win on 28 black. So now we need to find another bet. We're up 20 that has not hit in the last 3. And that's just a very small part of this. So make sure you stick around for the whole video. It looks like right now, we don't have any of those that have been out of the last 3, so let's go ahead and spin, and let's make sure we don't have one in that last 3. That's a 12 red there, and now it looks like we don't have a first, well, no, we do. We have a first 12, second 12, and third 12 still, so let's spin one more and make sure we don't have that going on. That's a 25 red, and now we have 2/3 and a first, so we'll be on second 12 to start. We'll start with 10, and let's go ahead and spin here. And it's real important to keep track of your session profit with this one and where we're at. And you can see that we were up 20, so let's remember that. But what we're going to do is stay at this $10 bet right now. Let's go ahead and spin. We need to remember how many we've lost, though. That's 1. And there's the 17 black. Okay, now we won that, so we find a new bet. Then I'll get back to what I was talking about and how we're going to count the wins and losses and how that can really help your roulette game. So now the last 3, now it looks like there's no first 12. So we'll start there. And we're up 30. Let's go ahead and spin with the first $10 bet. Okay, that's a 10 black. That's another win. All right, let's find another bet and hang in there. I'll share everything with you coming up here. We're up $50 already. So the last 3 now has one of each. So let's spin without betting and make sure there's one that doesn't have a hit in the last 3. That's a 32 red. Okay, so we're looking at one of each again. So let's spin again. Make sure we have one that's not included in the last 3. That's a 16 red. Okay, so we still have one of each. Let's spin again. And hopefully on this one we'll be able to place our next bet. That's a 34 red. Okay, so there's no first 12 in the last 3 now, so let's start with 10. Again, we're up 50. Remember that. That's really important. And this is a very slow progression that's very safe. I can't wait to share with you how this works more in detail. And there's a loss at 10. We're just going to rebet and spin again at $10, but we're going to keep track of how many losses in a row we've had. But we got to win, so that stops, and then we'll start again, and I'll share that with you coming up here. Okay, we're up 60. So now it looks like there's no second 12s in the last 3. Let's go ahead and spin for 10 on second 12. That's a win. That's a 24 black. Okay. So hang in there. Don't worry. I'm going to share everything with you coming up here. There's a lot more you need to know. We're up $80, and it looks like we need to spin without betting because the last three has one of each in it. That's a 29 black. So now we still have one of each. Let's spin again. That's first, second, and third 12 when I say that, and that's a 15 black. Okay, now we have, we don't have a first 12 in the last three, so let's start there. We're up $80, and you notice the bets stay at 10. I'm going to share with you when they go up and how they go up. So that's a loss. So all we do is we keep the bet the same. Let's spin again and keep track of how many losses in a row we have. Okay, we won though, so stay tuned. I'll definitely share that soon, but we need to find a new bet. This is doing great though, starting out. We're already up $90, and we don't have a third 12 in the last three spins, so we're going to start there. That's a 3 red. Okay, that's a loss. We're going to stay at 10, but remember how many losses we have. That's 1 loss. Okay, that's a 34 red. We got the win. We need to find a new bet. And we're up $100 already. So let's look here. We don't have a second 12 in the last three, so let's go ahead and spin. And the real key to this is what I haven't shared with you yet, which is the progression. And I'm going to share that with you once we have a couple losses here. So let's place our second $10 bet on second 12. So make sure you stick around for that. That's a 36 red. Now we're seeing a couple losses. Okay, we have 2 losses. Now if we have another loss, I'm going to share with you what to do next here. Okay, we got the win, but I'm going to tell you the first part of this. The first part of this is after 3 losses, you go up a unit. But right now we need to reset that. But there's a lot more to it. And let's go. We're up 100 right now. Looks like we don't have one in the first 12 in the last 3. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 23 red. That's a loss. So that's 1 loss. Here comes our second. We'll see if we have 2 losses in a row here. We did not. We won. So stick around. I'll share that more with you here in a minute. But I wanted to give you a little piece of it already. We're up 110. And it looks like there's not a third 12 in the last 3. So let's spin again. We're 6 minutes in out of 15. And what I love about this is how long and slow the progression is. And that's really important when you only are using 12 numbers. So let's place another $10 bet on third 12. Here we go. That's a 19 red. There's our second loss. So again, if we get a third loss here, we're going to increase by 1 unit. And that's a 6 black. We did lose. Okay, so now we just go from 10 to 20. And you can see it dropped us back to 80 temporarily. Now we start counting again. It's also good to remember where we were in session profit. And that's a 30 red. And that's a $40 win. So we're up 120. We find a new bet. And it looks like we have 1 of each out of the last 3. So we need to spin without betting. We're 7 minutes in out of 15. Lots of time left. And Thomas says this is the one, guys. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole thing. And we'll be on second 12. That we don't have a hit in the second 12 out of the last 3. So let's start there. And there's a 0. We don't want that. That's 1 loss. So keep track of that. And we were up 120. So remember that as well. And that's 11 black. That's another loss. So if we get another loss here, we're going to go up a unit. And here we go. Okay, that's a 1 red. Okay, so now we're going to go up a unit. But the other thing you need to realize, and remember we were up 120. If we go on a really bad stretch, then we're not going to reset after a win. I'm going to show you what to do there as well. And so there's 1 loss at 20. So let's go ahead and rebet that at 20. And here we go again. That's a 32 red. Okay, so that's another loss at 20. That's 2. Remember, the system's called Power of 3. And let's see if we get another loss. Okay, we did. So we go up another unit because we lost 3 more. So now we have 30. And you can see it temporarily dropped us back to $30 profit. But remember, we were up 120. That is key. That's a 23 red. And we finally got a win, but let's see what that did. We were at 120. So see how we're not at 120? If that happens, we just stay right where we're at and we spin again. But we do start counting over again. That's a double zero, so that's 1 loss at 30. Okay, so let's spin again at 30. Okay, that's 11 black. Okay, that's a loss. So that's 2 losses. Let's spin again at 30. Okay, we got the win. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're up 90, but that's not in session profit, so we stay at 30. But we need to find a new bet after that win. That's what I forgot to tell you after the last one. So out of the last 3, there's definitely not a third 12. So we'll start with 30 on third 12. We're up 90. You can see we're not going back to 10. We're staying at 30. And there we go. That's the 27 red. Okay, so now we're up 150. That's new session profit. We start back over, and it looks like we have 1 of each right now out of the last 3, so we need to spin without betting. And I'll explain this in more detail here in a second. That's a 9 red. And it looks like we have 1 of each again. Let's go ahead and spin again. Make sure we don't have what we're betting on out of the last 3 spins, and that's a 31 black. Okay, so now we don't have a second 12 in the last 3. So we're up 150. Remember that. Let's go ahead and start again. So the power of 3 can mean 2 things to you with this system. The 3 that you make sure you don't hit when you start, and then remember that also it's the 3 in a row that triggers it to go up by 1 unit. So here comes our second attempt at second 12. And that's a 34 red. Okay, so that's 2 losses. If we lose 3, we go up a unit. Okay. That's a 15 black. Okay, we got a win. We're back to session profit. So let's go ahead and pick another bet. We have all 3, so we need to spin without betting. We're 11 minutes in out of 15. That's a 2 black. Okay, now we have 1 of each again. We need to spin without betting. So the whole key to this is that you go up. If you have 3 losses, you go up a unit. And we need to spin one more time here. And the deal is, if you get a win and you're not in session profit or close to, and there's a 0. So right now, out of the last 3, we don't have a second 12. So we'll start right there. We're up 150. That's key. But the whole deal is that if you're not in session profit after you finally get that win, you stay at that same bet level, but you find a new bet. And that's really important. So let's rebet that. So we have a loss on second 12. And once you have 3, you go up a unit. And once you get the win, if you're not in session profit, you stay at that unit level, but find a new bet. Okay, there's another loss. If we lose this one on second 12, we're going to go up a unit from 10 to 20. We're 12 minutes in out of 15 with the power of 3 roulette system. And it's time to go up a unit. So we're going to go from 10 to 20 on second 12. And then we'll check our balance here again. This is a really nice long progression. Thomas says it is wonderful. And I can't wait to see how it continues to go. I'm going to test it after this as well. We'll have our second $20 bet on second 12 now. Here we go. And there's another loss. We've had some zeros today. And if we get another loss, we'll go up another unit. That'll be 3 losses. But we got the win, 21 red. However, we're not in session profit. So you know what that means? That means we stay at the current bet level, which you can see was $20, but we find a new bet. So now we don't have 1 in the second 12 out of the last 3. So we stay at 20. We don't go back to 10. And we start again. So that's a 25 red. That's a loss. Okay, so that's 1 loss. So now we do our second attempt at 20 on first 12. That's another loss. That's 2. If we lose again, we increase again. Okay, here's our third attempt on first 12. Here we go. And we got it. Let's see if we're back up to session profit. And we're not, so that means we stay at 20, but we find a new bet. And the new bet looks like we don't have a second 12 out of the last 3. So we'll start with 20 on second 12. And here we go again. That's a loss, 26 black. So now we go our second bet of 20 on second 12. Here we go. And that's a loss. Okay, so if we lose this next one at 20 on second 12, we'll increase by 1 unit again. Okay, we did lose, so we go up another unit. Okay, so now we'll go from 20 to 30 on second 12, and we start counting again. We remember where we were at before. That is key. We're up 150, so remember that. And we're going to do our second attempt at $30 on second 12. And look at that, another double zero. Okay, so here comes our third attempt. If we lose this one, we'll go from 30 to 40. And that's a 23 red. Okay, we got the win. However, we're not in session profit. So you know what that means? That means that we're going to stay at 30 and we're going to start betting again. So the next bet would be on third 12. And we did just run out of time with this one, but I think you guys have the hang of it now. So we would stay at 30 and we would go to third 12. And man, I really like how long the progression is on this one. You never really get in trouble. I do recommend the $2,000 bankroll he has with this one with $10 units, but you can also do $200 bankroll with $10 units, but it doesn't seem like you get in that much trouble with it. It's always good to have the bankroll just in case though. So again, you can do $200 bankroll with dollar units, $10 units, $2,000 bankroll. We won 60 with this one today. Obviously the winner today is Fibonacci 12. But I love how safe and how long the progression is with this one. I think you really should try it and test out the power of 3 and let me know what you think down in the comments. That helps everyone in the community out and they will thank you for it. And you help them out, they'll help you out. I love seeing your comments as well. It helps me determine whether a system is good as well because it gives us a larger sample size of a lot of people testing these systems. And remember, you can use Roulette Royale on Apple or Android, and remember to share those in the comments. And also, I want to thank everyone that's been sending systems in. Remember to send the systems in daily to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. Every single day of the week, 365 days a year, I pick one of your guys' strategies. I test it out, and then you guys test it out afterwards and share in the comments what you think to help the community out. That's a great way that we can make a well-informed decision whether we take a system to the casino and risk our own money. And I think it's a lot of fun as well. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. And let me know down in the comments how you do testing these ones today. That would be fantastic. And again, really appreciate everyone's support. I love seeing new systems every day and searching for the best roulette system possible. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.